Okay, good morning, good morning. We are here for Wednesday Wisdom again on Women of Light, and I'm Elizabeth Eleanor, and I've got the beautiful Jules Holden here. We've got an amazing topic. Like this is going to be one of those topics that everyone wants to sit in and have a cup of tea and just hear what we've got to say, and especially you, Jules, because I know you've got a couple of books. So welcome, Jules.
Hi, Elizabeth. How you going? Hello, everyone.
I'm good. I'm good. So basically, like this is one of those topics that we can talk about for the rest of our life, right? Because it's such a huge one in people's lives, is the relationship between men and women and how different we are. Hey, like we're
We're
just so
so
different.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Just even the way that we communicate and the miscommunication and things that happen like that. So yeah, I had to write this book.
Yeah,
To write it. Yeah. So
yeah.
this is the
So,
next. Yeah.
so what's your book? Tell us a little bit about your book.
The second one. Well, I'm still trying to work on a name. So if anyone's got any suggestions, that'd be fantastic. But one of the topics was why women yell and men go deaf. Because with my clients and things, like this couple, for example, he was coming home really aggressive from work all the time, and it wouldn't matter what she did, she was always nervous, and it ended up in domestic violence, pretty much. So that was pretty awful. But so what I did was I just basically had to interview them and found out the root cause of what it's all happening. It's basically starts from making love in the bedroom and making love outside the bedroom, which was fascinating because so it's like, how they say the map of Tassie is the woman downstairs, and the man, we always say, we joke around, we call him the GPS. He's recalibrating and he always follows it. Wherever a man goes, he just follows his GPS. So if a woman learns the skills on how to program the GPS and uses Suri, like literally tell him, okay, in 1 meter, go this way, or, stop, okay, turn left, yep, go faster, okay, stop, then literally it will solve so many solutions. So, and it's just incredible because men actually don't know. So another addiction is also men get addicted to pornography, and it's actually quite toxic, and it literally changes the hormones inside their body, which actually it's like a cocaine drug. So this is where addictions come in as well, which is quite fascinating again. They break away from their partner, and then like in the bedroom, so for instance, he's addicted to that. She'll just roll over, and there's that instant disconnect. And it's like, whoa, okay, how do we fix this? How do we solve this? And then it starts. So then she'll get upset, she'll yell because he's gratified, she's not. Why is he, why is this, why is that, da da da? So then she'll go to the fridge, and then she'll eat for comfort, and then she'll get fat. And then he'll say,
it's a cycle, right? It's just like
it's the pattern. So then she'll get fat, he'll get drunk, and then he'll become aggressive, because it literally changes the hormone. Because when a man and a woman make love, totally different hormones. So she's producing estrogen, he's producing testosterone, but when they actually connect and make love, it's another hormone again. Fascinating. So, men get fat, they drink. I call it the liquid love bottle. And then they go bald because they're masturbating. It's like, but then he'll be addicted to porn. He'll be grumpy, aggressive, disconnected. And then she'll be upset, crying, screaming, yelling, and then she'll go to the fridge. And then it's just that separation between the two. So why do I come in? Find the root cause of why it started in the first place, and it could be from childhood abuse, and that's why I don't even know how to actually, what is making love to them. And it's fascinating, and but it's a deep, you've got to.
It's a deep process, right? Yeah.
I feel like I've mastered it now. It's been really good. So my theory I put into practice, and working, and it's like, oh my God, Julie, thank you so much.
That's awesome. And so the thing is that we talk, we've got such different communication styles, right? And that whole thing you were just talking about, the GPS. So many women are so I mean, I've just met a man myself, right? So I'm in this new
good.
relationship. Yeah, it's beautiful. I haven't been in a relationship for ages. And I got a bit charged with something the other day, right? And so I've been transparent. I went and I was, this is how I'm feeling. Luckily, I've got a man that actually wants to listen and talk it through. We were on the phone for ages. But one of the things that as we were talking, I realized this old pattern, because I said to him, oh my gosh, I just realized that I feel like you should know this. I shouldn't have to tell you. And like, it was just such a light bulb moment for me. And he said, well, how am I supposed to know if you don't tell me, right?
Yeah.
But we as women think, we shy away from sharing our feelings or what we want in bed or what we want, in our relationship, because we assume that by saying it, we're asking too much, or we're not worthy of it, or whatever, and that they should know. So can you talk a little bit about that? Like, what have you noticed that?
Yeah, because men actually need to be told because they don't know. And what they do is they look at porn because they think that they're a bit shy too, yeah?
Yeah.
So they actually look at porn and thinking, oh, well, here's a lesson here. But it's actually it's fake, it's bullshit, and then they become aggressive to it, and then they'll treat the woman like a porn.
Yeah.
And they hate it. Women hate that.
Yeah, yeah.
They from all the people that I've worked with, they just hate it. So, and it changes. You feel like as a woman, you're being disrespected, and then it becomes aggressive, and then you put the wall up again. But for men,
and so then they divert back to, like, men divert back to this because that's what they know.
Yes. Yeah. But when a man actually makes a woman have an orgasm, he actually feels really proud and like he's worthy, and that he is needed.
Yeah.
This is the thing. People don't talk about this, but it's actually true. And a man needs to feel needed. Now, if a woman can actually guide him, like the Siri, she has to use her voice, but use it for the right reasons. She shouldn't be aggressive and yell, because that, number one, is, oh, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
A woman needs to speak softly and gently and carefully, and it all starts in the bedroom.
Yeah.
She does that. Then all of a sudden, I always say to the men, I said, man, does your woman speak after sex? Some of them are, blah, 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 blah. I said, if she can talk after sex, that's because you haven't made her come. And I said, 99% of women fake it.
Yeah.
And I asked them right in front of them. And I said to him, oh, do you think you made her come? Oh, yeah. I said, did he make you come? She goes, nope, he never does. And he's like, oh, he looked like a ghost. It was so funny. So funny. Then we basically had to tell them, it's called the Mapatazzi, yeah? Come down to the Mapatazzi, right? And we'll show you what the actual hotspots are.
Yeah.
Here's the route here, here's the route here, here's the hotspot. Okay, right, now, this is her Mapatazzi, right?
Yeah.
And it's really funny because it's lighthearted, but they actually really want to know because it's their subject, because they've got the GPS.
And men are technical, like they're like, one of the things about testosterone, isn't it, is that it causes people to be men to be focused. So and as you said, they want to please their woman. So that's probably on a mission now.
Well, this couple, I mean, she said to me, she said, oh my God, she said, thank you so much. She goes, it's the best sex I've ever had. She said, oh, it's like a new man. She said, just like 12 years ago, they've been married. She said, and then he said, oh, thank you so much, because she ended up driving him to work, picking him up.
Totally different woman.
Different. And then I said, see? And I said, she doesn't go to the fridge for gratification. She'll come to you. He's like, oh my God, because, he wants it 4 times a day. She wanted it 3 times, once every 3 months.
Yeah.
You treat her like a piece of shit, basically.
Yeah.
On the magazines so that's cured. That addiction's gone. Her weight loss is going to, that addiction's gone. Alcoholism, that's gone, because, if they drink alcohol, it goes soft. Now they're into the cold showers, so that gets rid of the aggression. That gets rid of even his at work. He had a few problems with the people at work, and so now even that problem's solved.
Because he's satisfied and
satisfied. She's satisfied.
He's in this sort of creepy. That's right. Everything's okay.
starts in the bedroom.
Problem solved. That's awesome.
And they had IVF as well. They couldn't even get pregnant. And I spent $10,000 on that. I said, that's not the problem. I said, because, you know, wrong hormones.
Yeah, absolutely.
The hormone from the real making love. It's totally different hormone.
Yeah. And I suppose for, you know, a couple that are 12 years in, they feel very comfortable with each other, you know, like, so, you know, that sort of result is something that you can get. But for someone that's just starting out in a relationship, you know, why, like, really it's the individuals that have to work on themselves, and they're, you know, letting go of any limiting beliefs or, you know, concerns. And all
and
that
that's where I do that as well. So I go in there and do the obviously the hypnosis, and, you know, assess it, reflect, reassess, and then I go in and rewire them. It's a bit like a jigsaw puzzle, you know. People have got this puzzle and they've of their whole life, and it doesn't work. I pull the puzzle out, throw that bit out, that's like past trauma or something, and then that bit, not, oh, you need that bit, okay, I'll put that in. And then all of a sudden we put the puzzle together. Oh my God, I'm so confident. I am enough. And I can, oh wow, okay, oh, Siri works now. Okay.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, you know? Yeah.
So Jules,
yeah.
So Jules, tell us a little bit about you, because I see your beautiful picture in the background there, and I know you've written a book, and so and talking about hypnosis. So tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, I come from a horse riding, harness racing background, so I helped develop Alabar bloodstock, which pretty amazing. So, and on that journey, like, it's the world's largest reproductive or horse stud in the world. And we started the IVF. And so then that worked for the horses, because the horses have the same reproductive organs, same hormones, same everything as humans, which is why I know so much about animal behavior and human behavior.
Yeah, we're just animals in general, right?
Animals, yeah, but just different styles.
A little bit of a tweak.
Yeah, it's just incredible. So I didn't realise how much I knew until I worked with humans.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa. Humans don't know this. Yeah. So if, you know, in my past, in the book, I had a horse riding accident where I went into a coma. I broke my skull, another head injury, and so I was asleep for a while. But when I woke up, I lost my memory, lost everything. But that's when I got to connect with the horses, and I went to Monty Roberts's property, the Horse Whisperer. So he actually taught me how to come back and talk to the horses and learn body language, learn behavior. And that's why I like working with people with anxiety and things like that as well. But doing that just taught me so much, and working with the reproduction, working with hormones, like collecting, you know, traveling the world. And there's so much in here.
Yeah.
Just brilliant, just fascinating. So, you know, that's why I have to work with people now, because just watching and studying people and just knowing how they've got so many problems, and yet it's so simple to solve.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, given the right understanding, and, you know, I'm a big believer now in coaching and mentoring. Like, I've been on my own journey for however long, and the acceleration from getting someone in as a third party to, you know, support you through a process, or, you know, like, you know, to see, you know, behind the blinkers that, you know, you're not even aware of.
Like that on the racetrack.
Yeah, that's right. So, you know, like, what's behind you, you're not even aware of, you know. So to have someone support you through that process is,
basically, like the jockey or something like that, or the driver. You definitely need a trainer. Everyone needs a trainer, someone who knows how to get there quicker and faster.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Like, otherwise, if you don't have a GPS or you don't have a map, or you've got it but you don't know how to use it, how are you going to get there?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You don't even know how to put the coordinates in, right? So,
that's a very good point. That's actually going to be that's one of the chapters, because, you know, we have to literally put in the coordinates. We have to literally program it in. Okay, where are we going? What are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, that's why a
Yeah.
woman has to use her voice, but for the right reasons. And the man's always got the reward at the end, but then so does she.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, just in a nutshell, like for those that are watching, and you know, if you're watching and putting comments in, we thank you and hi. And if you're watching the replay, if you're watching on YouTube as well, I've got a YouTube channel that this will be on as well. So if you are watching in the group, you can jump onto the YouTube channel as well and subscribe to that so that you get the notifications. So if you know, what would you say, just in general, why is it that relationships go bad between men and women? Would you obviously think it's communication, right?
Communication, yes, and values and having the same direction.
Yeah.
So communication, and I think women are afraid to speak up.
Yeah.
And men don't realize that they just have to ask, and men don't like to ask.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, you've got to be a bit more fun. Don't take it too seriously. I always say, don't take life seriously. It's not permanent. And everyone's like, if it's your last day, what would you do?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially when, like, you know, just before we got on, I told you also that I've had this brain thing just recently as well. So you sort of have a new perspective, right, on life.
Oh, it's the best thing and the worst thing. Like, it's the worst thing because, you know, yeah. But at the same time, it's the best thing that ever happened because I take things for, I'm grateful.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I've got a reason to be here. So I just
Yeah.
I want, you know, I just want people to raise their frequency and lift up and lighten up a bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that people don't quite get, is it's as simple as that, right?
Yeah. Just
it's
GPS and the map.
Yeah. And
it's
yeah, that's right. Ask Siri. So, you know, like it is, I get that it's, you know, stripping those things. I've, you know, talking to a friend just recently, who was saying, you know, in a bit of a heated conversation, well, it was easy for you because, you know, you've got this, you know, connection with your intuition or whatever. I'm like, hey, I didn't always. Like, I remember when it was really, really hard, you know, the old limiting beliefs or the story of, you know, you're not good enough, you're not worthy, you know, you don't have a voice because you're wrong.
We take on our parents' energy because they're probably not very good in the bedroom.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And with communication and with life. And so pushing through that, like, that was fucking scary.
Yeah.
You know, that those moments of having to actually voice your opinion or you know, like, but once you do it, you start getting used to doing it. And like, it's just a progress.
Yeah. And be funny about it. So is there anything specific that that stood out in that context?
With pushing, sorry, I talked over the top of you. What did you say before that?
No, what you were saying, I think you hit a really good point there. Like, you say that people, you know, you've just got to step past it, but that's why I think hypnosis is really good, because you can just flip the switch. Because
absolutely.
That's right. With one client, he said, "Oh, where's the switch? How do I flip the switch, you know, on a woman?" And I said, "Well, you got to ask her. Where's the switch?"
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
She's got to tell you where the switch is. You know, it's like Siri, like, you know, just communicate, you know.
Yeah, and she's got to have the you know,
the confidence to say
yes, yeah.
And
so that was like, if that's what I mean about having a mentor or a coach, because, you know, this is me back in my 20s, you know, like being able to find my voice back then and not having anyone that I could go to or didn't even know that I could. And, you know, at the time, a single mom at the time, like, just, you know, just separated, all of these things of, you know, like, what was it that pushed me through it? Knowing that if I didn't, I'd be stuck in the fear, I suppose. Knowing that there was, I think what was the biggest thing for me was knowing that there was something else, like this innate feeling that I could be better. I just had to get over that wall, you know, like, so it was that faith and knowing that there was something else on the other side of that wall.
You just followed the light. You followed your heart and your heart and brain together.
Yeah. But oh my gosh, if I'd known about hypnotherapy, if I'd known about all the different ways of mentoring and stuff at the time, like it would have been a lot faster, you know. So
yeah, well, you know, people make mistakes, we all stuff up, and it's like, if I had have known, what would I do differently? Yeah, I would have done a lot of things differently.
Yeah.
I wonder I would have changed anything now. Like, it's like, well, I actually don't mind the fact that I had the accident. Maybe at the time, I mean, it didn't hurt because I was asleep for a long time.
How long were you asleep for?
Oh, I think, well, they told me 3 to 6 months, something like that, just for my brain to, get back. So it was a bit like the movie The Kingsman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they put him asleep until the brain healed. And they woke me up and I just basically didn't know anything, lost my memory.
Wow. How long ago was that?
Oh, a few years ago now, maybe, 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But it took 7 years to become like I could have a normal conversation. And I had to, learn to read and write again.
Yeah.
That's where the horses came in. I could talk to them.
Yeah. It's an amazing process, isn't it? Like I wouldn't change, like mine was such a, a blink of an eye compared to that. But the same, like having, my brain was swollen. Like there was no room in there.
Have a brain tumor or something, because I was just actually speaking to a guy who's helped the cancer centre down in, I think Warragul, so Cherry Hall. He, his son works, he's like a professor, and he's actually learnt this new technique about just lasering these brain tumours, so you don't even have to go through any surgery or anything now.
Wow.
Just through the MRI, and they just pinpoint it and zap it, and that's it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, mine was a benign tumour. It was 4 centimetres.
That's another thing too. The body keeps score. Our body keeps score. So if we don't fix all this, it's that simple too, because I do a lot of yoga, meditation, and I find a lot of people come to me and they've got that, like it could be breast cancer, it could be, testicular cancer. And with the testicular cancer, prostate cancer, it's like, well, okay, this guy's been married. And I said, well, are you in love with your wife, or do you love your wife? I'm not in love with her. I go, yeah. And she's going off at him all the time. So it's like holding on, and of course the body keeps score. But that wasn't his first love. But the first love broke up because he obviously didn't know the map of Tassie.
Yeah.
That's his problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so
we are such primal beings, right? Like, we are primal beings, and we actually, that's the thing, like here we are on Women of Light, and I just want to clarify that yes, we are a spiritual being having a physical experience, but we are having a physical experience. But this body is carbon based, and we do have, what is it, the amygdala that like is the reptilian part of our brain, this primitive brain that governs our fight and flight. It's real, it's in there. We can't deny that, and that's the part that's really interesting is making sure that we're working with both of them at the same time.
Yeah, I think you got the watchtower at the front, and then you got that at the back, and it's keeping score, and the body does. So it's like, oh, okay, that's right. It's incredible. So that's why, we have to breathe, we have to do our meditation, then we have to come back into the light again, we have to do all this stuff. So it's really important that everyone does their stretching every day and breathes, because we don't want to keep score. We want to stay high. We want to stay in spirit.
So true.
No, we'll keep the good stuff.
So Jules, how do people, if they're having challenges with their men, or, they just want to get in contact with you, how do they get in contact with you? Have you got like a free consult if someone wants to just get on and have a quick chat?
Yeah, I'd say go to my Facebook page, Jules Holden.
Yeah.
And then probably click into Messenger. Send me literally, but don't just send me a full message, like write exactly what I saw you with this interview, and I really need some help, whether it's your husband or it could be your wife or whatever, and just make it a little bit long and just say that you watched this.
Yeah.
And then we'll book a time. We'll have a chat first.
Yeah.
I do a partner package, and then I do a rewire retreat. So the partner package is pretty good. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So,
And of course, like once we get out of this Zoom, we're going to go into the thread and check it out, so you can put all your links in there as well. And if you're watching on YouTube, just check out the description, because there'll be the links in there as well. So thanks so much, Jules. I've really enjoyed this conversation.
yeah, it's good because I'm also writing books. So if anyone wants any like quick little things, like any.
So what's your first book's called? Good Vibes Now.
Yeah, Good Vibes Now, which is this one. This was written for girls like that were in abusive relationships. I get a lot of girls, you know, they get domestic violence and all that stuff. How do they fix it? Do they fight or flight? Yeah, like the horse. Yeah. Do we stay in it? What do we do? Or do we run?
Yeah,
it's a bit of both. You know,
okay.
I'm a bit. Yeah, that was done 2 years ago, but that was pretty good. So I give that to people.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Then the next one is for men, you know, about the GPS and the mapotazzi. I think that would solve, you know, problems like that one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The root cause of it all, right?
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Awesome. Thanks so much, Jules. I've really enjoyed the conversation. And take care, everyone that's watching. Love to have some comments in here and tell us what you thought, get some insight. Yeah, we'll catch you next Wednesday.
Bye.